And a pleasant good afternoon on this final day of September 2021. Welcome to the National Training Center in Virginia Beach for today's field of hockey showdown between two of the nation's premier programs. The Frank W. Cox Falcons, who come in unbeaten with a record of 6-0, taking on the first Colonial Patriots, also unblemished at 4-0 overall. Our game today presented by Zoop Eatery. I am Matt Hatfield, and this has been a much anticipated showdown since, in fact, these two teams met in the first round of the Region 5A playoffs back in the spring. Remember, the VHSL decided to move its fall sports, including such sports like field hockey, football, among others, from the fall traditional time in 2020 to the early spring part of the calendar for 2021 due to COVID-19. And things are getting closer to some normalcy here. We're moving further and further from the guts and the toughness of the pandemic, if you will. And we've got a good battle today between the Falcons and the Patriots. Let's tell you about these two teams. Coach Taylor Roundtree of First Colonial, or check that, of Cox, a winner of 3 consecutive state titles at the Class 5 level. Her squad coming in having outscored opponents 28-1, 5 straight shutouts over the likes of Norfolk Academy, Ocean Lakes, Trinity Episcopal, Kempsville, and Bayside. And in the case of Norfolk Academy and Trinity Episcopal, 2 squads that are highly ranked private school programs in their respective areas. Norfolk Academy, of course, here in the 757 Tidewater area, and Trinity Episcopal out of the 804 area code in Richmond. And only one team has scored on Cox all year long, which was Collegiate, a team that Cox beat in its opener 4-1 back on September the 10th, just 20 days ago. And Cox High School, known for its decorated history in field hockey, going back to the days under the legendary Nancy Falks, they've won 22 state championships, a Virginia High School League record. And in fact, only Severna Park of Maryland has more state championships in its history, with 24 of them. And the Cox field hockey program this season led on the pitch by none other than Zella Bailey, who was an Ohio State commit. In fact, listen to these numbers. Cox has scored this year a total of 28 goals. 14 of them have been scored by Zella Bailey, the future Buckeye, going to Ohio State. She scored 11 goals last season. But it's far from a one-player team, as they have other standouts for Coach Roundtree at Cox High School. Emma Schwartz, who's headed to William & Mary. Abby Spear, who's committed to Duke. Unfortunately, we won't see Elise Unger, who's going to Davidson, in this matchup today. But 4 of these young ladies selected the Junior Olympics this summer in Addie Froelich, Lauren Sanford, Megan Spear, and Elise Unger, and a couple of sets of sisters with Zella and Irma Bailey, as well as Abby and Megan Spear. So the Cox Falcons, who are coming off a 6-0 shutout of Bayside just 2 days ago, in action today against First Colonial. Let's tell you about the Patriots under a accomplished coach as well in Beanie Schleicher, more than 200 wins in her great career, including a trio of state championships at First Colonial, leading them. They've got a really talented junior pacing the way for them. They're 4-0 on the season. They've outscored opponents 44-2, and with 16 of those goals, it's Finley Payne, and she's just a junior. She's had a couple of hat tricks this year, and certainly leading the dominant attack for FC. They beat Kellum last week 7-1 in a game you watched here on beachsportsplex.com on our stream. They've been dominant all season long. One lone senior who's got a hat trick this year as well against Grafton. That's Emily Tomero, as she's one that can put up goals in bunches as well. Some quality freshmen and sophomores on this roster, such as Julia Sugden, Claire Hitchings, Riley Brooks-Booth, Ava Hartman, and others. In fact, First Colonial coming off a 7-1 win over Princess Anne earlier this week, in which Tomero, the future ODU Monarch, had 3 assists and Payne had a pair of goals. So we'll tell you about some of our sponsors and the lineups for today's matchup in just a bit, but we're going to take a quick timeout and come back with more here. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell all about our streaming matchup today, a showdown between 2 heavyweights out of the Virginia Beach area, the First Colonial Patriots at 4-0, the Cox Falcons at 7-0. I'm Matt Hatfield. We'll hear quickly from our sponsor, Zoop Eatery, and back with more here from Virginia Beach.
For more than 23 years, we've made it our mission to lend peace of mind.
Even when times aren't very peaceful.
We know that every borrower is unique.
That's why we put you first in every step of the loan process.
At Atlantic Bay, we are dedicated, now more than ever,
to providing digital tools, resources, and a lending hand.
To help you reach your home dreams.
Because we're here for you.
Whenever,
wherever,
however.
What's so extreme about the DQ Reese's Extreme Blizzard? How about all the Reese's you could dream of, with classic creamy Reese's peanut butter cups and crunchy Reese's Pieces? Plus, you guessed it, peanut butter topping and chocolatey topping. All blended in world-famous DQ soft serve, for a treat that takes your favorite combo to a whole new level. Wow, what a rush. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
All right, and we are back here from the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach. The game brought to you today by Zoop Eatery, and we'll tell you more about them in a moment. I am Matt Hatfield. The Cox Falcons and the first Colonial Patriots just minutes away from getting underway here in Virginia Beach. Cox coming in with a record of 6-0 on the season, having outscored its foes 28-1, and the Patriots of first Colonial at 4-0 overall, having outscored its opponents 44-2 on the season. Let's quickly give you the captains and the lineups for these two squads, beginning with the first Colonial Patriots. 00 will be Brooke Heil, a junior. You'll also see number 3, sophomore Julia Sugden. Number 4, Claire Hitchings, a freshman. Number 5, sophomore Jolie Day. Number 8, Emily Tamero, who we highlighted, is the lone senior back on this group and headed to Old Dominion University, had the hat trick against Grafton. Number 9, junior Lynn Parker. Junior Finley Payne, who's got 16 goals on the year. She wears number 10 for First Colonial. Watch out for her. She is a real talent for FC and Coach Schleicher. Number 11 is sophomore Grace Dixon. Freshman Riley Brooks Booth, who had a goal in last week's game that we brought you here on BeachSportsplex.com against Kellum. She's wearing number 12. Junior Landry Meyer. Freshman Emerson Kane. Meyer's wearing number 13. The freshman Kane wearing number 15. Sophomore Ava Hartman is number 16. Junior Katie Ruhl is number 18 for FC, and sophomore Danny Volp is number 20, rounding out a group that features 8 freshmen and sophomores in total for Coach Schleicher. And for the Cox Falcons under Coach Roundtree, their lineup's going to consist of a host of juniors and sophomores, but giving them to you in numerical order. Number 1, Joey Savino from the class of 2024. Another sophomore, and number 2, Sophia Birch. Wearing number 3 is Megan Spear, class of 2024 talent. Number 4 is Avery Parker from the class of 2023. Number 5 is freshman Irma Gray Bailey. Number 6, junior Addie Frolich. Number 8 is Quinn Braithwaite. She's a freshman. Number 10, Rose Bannon, a junior. Number 11, Mackenzie Durr, a freshman. Number 12, Zella Bailey. We highlighted her going to Ohio State with 25 goals since the start of her junior season. Zella is wearing number 12. Number 13 is C1 Leathers, a junior. Number 14, check that number 15 rather, is Emma Schwartz, a senior headed to William & Mary. Number 16, Lauren Sanford, a junior for the Cox Falcons. Number 17, Emerson Miller, a junior. Number 18, Elise Unger, who will not be in action today. We don't have any reason why that is, but she's going to Davidson. Bright future for her. Number 19, Ava Ostrowski, a senior. And that rounds it out, I do believe, for the Cox Falcons. Their captains, Zella Bailey, Quinn Braithwaite, Emma Schwartz, and Abby Spear. I want to thank Nick Senti, Jacob Zadow, as well as Chuck Thornton and the folks here from the Sportsplex. Maurice Burnett on camera for us today. I am Matt Hatfield. Our officials for today's contest featuring Cheryl Jennison and Mary Lib DeLon. And while we have a moment here before things get underway, let's tell you about Zoop Eatery, our title sponsor for today's ball game. At Zoop Eatery, you can build the perfect box lunch, whether it's individually packaged meals or customizable for your convenience. Choose from the wide variety of fresh salads, made-to-order sandwiches, and soups. It's all served with a hunk of bread and dessert. There's something for the whole crew at Zoop Eatery. And some of our other sponsors, we'd like to thank them for today's matchup, allowing this to be possible for all of you out there. If you can't make it out here to the Regional Training Center for this heavyweight collision, the likes of Atlantic Bay Mortgage, AstroTurf, Dairy Queen, Chicho's, CHKD, Vault Athletics and Fitness, One Life, Why Not, and Shine Time Power Wash and Paint Professionals. We'll tell you more about all of those that are proud supporters of athletics here in Virginia Beach, whether we're talking with you some field hockey, some football, all kinds of great things here with the folks at the Sportsplex and the Regional Training Center here in Hampton Roads. We're almost set here for this one to get underway. The Frank W. Cox Falcons will be wearing the gray and light green tops with some gold trim, as well as the black shorts for First Colonial in their customary sky blue and white. And again, two programs that are used to competing at a high level and for championships. This one figures to be a real battle today. Both programs very dominant coming in, having not been tested really, if you want to get down to it. And both squads about to take the field here and get things going. So while we wait for that, let's give you a quick timeout, chance to hear from Dairy Queen, and we'll be back in just a moment.
What's so extreme about the DQ Reese's Extreme Blizzard? How about all the Reese's you could dream of, with classic creamy Reese's peanut butter cups and crunchy Reese's Pieces? Plus, you guessed it, peanut butter topping and chocolatey topping. All blended in world-famous DQ soft serve for a treat that takes your favorite combo to a whole new level. Wow, what a rush. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
And we are about set here as the captains for both squads, the ladies in black, the Cox Falcons with the green numerals, and the First Colonial Patriots in the white tops with the sky blue numerals. Speak to our officials, Cheryl Jennison and Mary Lib DeLon, for this matchup. Matt Hatfield here with you from the Training Center in Virginia Beach. And ladies and gents, this ought to be a real good one between two of the premier programs in all of Hampton Roads and Virginia in Class 5. The First Colonial Patriots at 4-0, the Cox Falcons at 6-0, and combined 10 wins, no losses, and they've outscored the opposition by a total of 72-3. In FC's case, 44-2, in Cox's case, 28-1, as you see the coin toss there. Zella Bailey with 14 of those goals for Cox this year. Finley Payne with 16 of those goals for First Colonial this season. And as you see, the goalkeepers for Cox, number 21, Abby Spear, who's one of those captains, and she did a brilliant job for them in their win over Norfolk Academy 3-0. I know Coach Roundtree was just raving about her. And in FC's case, they used a pair of them. Last week we saw them against Kellum. They used Parker Rowell, the sophomore, along with Brooke Heil, the junior, both wearing 00, usually in goal. And we are about ready to get it underway here with the Patriots and the Falcons. Should be a good one here. Winner will really grab a firm handle on things in the Beach District. Texas A&M was unbeaten before they fell to First Colonial earlier in the week. And we watched on Tuesday here on BeachSportsplex.com on our YouTube channel. Go subscribe to that and like it and tell us what you think. Love to hear from you. Ocean Lakes prevailing over Lancetown. Dolphins came up short just 9 days ago against the Falcons, 6-0. So they're set here at midfield. And believe it will be First Colonial, likely looking to get it to Katie Royal, number 18, the junior. And that will be Emily Tamaro getting us underway, number 8, the ODU commit. And Cox has it with Addie Frolich, number 6. Let's see how they operate to get things underway here. Cox with it. Need some daylight. That's Zella Bailey, the future Buckeye. And goodness, is she quick in the open field. Racing up the field, and then 2 defenders able to halt her progress for a moment. And that goes out of play as that was in possession of Emma Schwartz, future William & Mary player. Going to stay local, like Tamaro of FC, to play her field hockey in college. Some outstanding programs all across our country. Of course, Old Dominion now being ranked top 25. William & Mary has had some standouts over the years, so some encouraging things if you're fans of those programs, and I'm sure a lot of the fans across the beach will follow them as they make that transition to the next level. Cox now trying to get the first penalty corner here as they're applying some pressure here. Nice maneuver move inside for the Falcons. And that one is booted away. Really good look inside. I believe that was Bailey that dumped it off to a teammate. I saw it right. That was number 2, Sophia Birch, for the Falcons. We've called her name out before here during some live stream casts. FC with a little cross-up maneuver with Emily Tamaro. A couple minutes going by here in this opening period. And that one will run a play and be chased down by the Falcons' number 17, Emerson Miller. As we tick under 12.5 minutes to go in this opening frame, both teams filling each other out a bit. First Colonial with the nice feed over to number 12, Riley Brooks Booth, the freshman. Going to be taken away, and now moving up the field, that's going to be Megan Spear. Oh, good tackle, takeaway from FC. Excellent job in pursuit there. Julia Sugden, the sophomore. But Cox able to come back up with it behind Emerson Miller. Patriots some nice weaving along the sideline area. Trying to change momentum here. High arcing feed from Megan Spear. That one will trickle away from her intended teammate. And now FC with it. Trying to get inside the circle. So they're working with Sugden. Falcons deny them doing any damage on that sequence. See what type of movement FC can get to counter here defensively out of the backfield to make Cox adjust here. Sidestepping her defender, Rose Bannon. And then that one's going to be deflected and eventually taken away by Sugden. Great job of stepping in front by Tamaro. She has it now. Pushes it back inside. Trying to get to a teammate, but being ridden very closely by one defender. Now a second one comes over for Cox. See that pressure being applied quickly. And then just closing down along the sideline there was C1 Leathers for Cox. Double team comes. And it's effective for Cox as they take it away. Credit Emerson Milne on that stop there, Finley Payne, who is the marquee goal scorer for FC in the early juncture of this season with nearly half of her team's goals, 16 of the 44 coming into today's contest as we tick under 10 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Still no penalty corners yet, nor goals for that matter. On the far side there, your screen. As we see again a couple of defenders, the double team working for FC, or for Cox rather, when they get to FC in some of those closed-in areas. Sometimes you can use that sideline as an extra defender, shielding them away. Now the Patriots trying to get something created here. Another deflection as they poke that one away from Tamaro. And the Falcons will reverse field the other direction. And as they do so, it gives us a chance to tell you about one of our sponsors here at the training center, and that would be Vault Athletics and Fitness. It's the facility in Hampton Roads. It's the newest 13,000 square foot facility in the Hilltop section of Virginia Beach. They specialize in youth athlete development, small group training, personal training, and specialty fitness classes. Go check them out. Pay them a visit. Vault Athletics and Fitness. Falcons now have it inside the attacking third of First Colonial. Only for a brief moment, though, as FC comes up with it behind number 8, Emily Tamaro. And then that second defender there able to halt the traction for FC. FC trying to spread out this Cox defense to make it more difficult to get some of those double teams. Along the sideline now, it's Riley Brooks Booth. Has one defender to beat, but it's taken away immediately by Megan Spear. What quick reaction from Spear. You see why she's one of the more talented players in the area. And, of course, Sister Abby going to Duke. Abby wears number 21, the goalkeeper. Megan, one of the young ladies for Coach Roundtree, trying to put a goal on the board for her team. Take some pressure off her sister in goalkeep as FC looks to get on the board first. Patriots now running back with Brooks Booth. Gets it over to Finley Payne, who loses her stick. Somebody lost her stick. It wasn't Payne, rather. It was a Cox player. Things got interesting for a moment there. And nearly tripping over the ball. Cox able to come back with it. As the speed is starting to catch up with a lot of these young ladies out here. Addie Froelich had it. Very anxious and excited they are. Zella Bailey on the move. Zella Bailey eventually has it poked back out away. Patriots keeping it away from their goalkeeper, and they knock it out of play as they dodge any damage on that situation with Bailey was really leading the one gal fast break. couple of transition opportunities for Cox, but unable to really threaten him. Falcons come up with it now. That's Megan Spear. And then a tumble. Young lady goes down for FC. Grace Dixon pops back up, though. Get a little physical, a little chippy, a little aggressive here. Good battle. That's how much these young ladies want it. You see Dixon, you see Mackenzie Dare for Cox. A number of these players getting in on the action as things intensify. And as they intensify, we're going to see the Falcons get this first corner opportunity at just under the 6-minute mark with number 3, Megan Spear, putting it in play. And we've got a goal on the board for the Falcons. Frank W. Cox High School will check on that goal in just a moment. But I believe the young lady who scored that goal was right in front of me, number 6. But we'll check on that to see if that was indeed Addie Frolich, number 6, that had that first goal. But 1-0, Cox strikes first here in this one. And that one will sail out of play. So Cox gets the first goal. And hopping over the fence to go retrieve the ball is Riley Brooks Booth for FC. She'll enter it into play. Sidesteps a defender, and then it rolls out to the fence. Back again. So the penalty corner pays off for Cox. Very patient. They had a couple of transition opportunities that were thwarted away, but then it was a penalty corner that got them on the board first, as they've done all season long, and now FC trailing for the first time this season. They've only given up 2 goals in this 4-0 start, where they've outscored the opposition 44-2. And now Cox with a great stop there as Emma Schwartz slaps it up ahead. Going to be chased down by FC, though. Looks like that was Jolie Day who got to it, the sophomore. And then right in front of Cox player was Brooks Booth, and then another intercept there. And see 12 and 15 in a tussle. Schwartz and Brooks Booth. Now FC on the move. Oh, a great save there from number 21, Abby Spear, as FC had a really good look at it to tie this one up at 1 apiece with 4.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Patriots now with Brooks Booth along the end line. And we're going to see FC get a chance here. Their first corner of the afternoon, as Ava Hartman will put it into play. It's just under 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. And a whistle there. I think that might have been deemed dangerous play. Riley Brooks Booth for a second. And that'll be retrieved by Ava Hartman. So we'll get a second crack at it. They get it right back to Brooks Booth in the center. It's over to Brooks Booth. Swings it over to a teammate. Far look's going to be deflected there as Cox was ready in position defensively on that penalty corner. Nice little feed by Brooks Booth, but Cox was able to thwart it. Falcons on the move now. Run out here with Quinn Braithwaite. Ball will take a hop, and it'll head a play. Both teams energized for this one. You know, this is a game they circle coaches will tell their players all the time, one game at a time, but, you know, when the schedule comes out, Cox and First Colonial, it's a rivalry in numerous sports. They get extra amped, extra geeked up for this matchup. No question about it. Falcons take it away there. Working the sideline is Rose Bannon. Feeds it over to her teammate. That's Schwartz. Going to be intercepted. So it's picked off there, FC. They'll put her out of play. So the official score rather had that from what our table, thanks to our man James Timmons for confirming this. They're going to give Addie Froelich the assist rather, and it was Zella Bailey who had that goal. So let's get that out there just to correct things. Got a pretty good sun glare here, so I was not 100% positive. I knew that was Froelich in the mix of it. She had the assist. That's what the official score is given, and the goal to Zella Bailey. But what a season she is having. I know she had a couple good looks there early on. In fact, Cox is trying to get close and attack here. I believe that's Bailey yet again that you're seeing on your screen. The closest one in black who walks back over to the middle. She's got now on the year 15 goals. If that count I have is right. And now Cox with it with Megan Spear. Two defenders able to deny her. And FC trying to change possession here. Under a minute to go in this first period. Good stick battle there as FC will change things up. Cox able to come back with it here. So we have under a minute to tell you here in this first quarter about Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group. They're not your typical mortgage company, and they lend you peace of mind. They understand getting a mortgage can be stressful, but they're here to guide you every step of the way. Dedicated to providing you an enjoyable journey from start to finish. Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group. And the first quarter about to expire here with the Cox Falcons clinging to a 1-0 lead on the First Colonial Patriots in this highly anticipated beach matchup. Looks like we're going to get our second penalty corner for the Falcons of this opening frame. FC had two of those on back-to-back sequences. Could not get anything out of either one. Good feed inside. It's going to be knocked away. Looked like they had Froelich there on that pass, and that's going to do it for this first period of play. The Frank W. Cox Falcons leading the First Colonial Patriots 1-0. So we'll step aside here. You'll hear from some of our sponsors and come back with second quarter action from the pitch at the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach.
Nobody cares for more young knees than CHKD Sports Medicine. Our specialists, surgeons, and physical therapists work together to develop treatment and training programs that get young athletes back up to speed safely with the strength and confidence they need to stay in the game for the long haul. CHKD Sports Medicine. Care today to last a lifetime.
So there you have it. Go to chichospizza.com for more. One of our proud sponsors here at the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach. Frank W. Cox Falcons lead the first Colonial Patriots 1-0 as Cox is 3 quarters away from notching its, hard to believe, 6th consecutive shutout. But that's going to be easier said than done against a first Colonial team that's coming in averaging 11 goals a game. And, of course, Finley Payne has 16 goals on the year. It'll be first Colonial there in the white at midfield to tap the ball first to get things going in this second period. Cox got on the board about maybe a little bit past the halfway point of the opening quarter when it was Zella Bailey scoring, the Ohio State commit for Cox, scoring on a feed from junior Addie Froelich. And for Bailey, that was her 15th goal of the season and 27th in the calendar year. Remember, her junior campaign was in the spring here. First Colonial tries to strike first in this period, but you see the quick defensive maneuvering of Megan Spear. Just heard twitch. Lateral movement is just top notch from what I've seen here in these last couple weeks of field hockey action in Virginia Beach, and it'll be Emerson Miller here on this reset for Cox. But a great defensive play there for FC. That's Finley Payne. They need her to get going. She's their main goal scorer, but she has it taken away yet again by the Falcons, who every time they try to mount a charge, FC, they're in position are the Falcons defensively. Emerson Miller stopping her. 9 times out of 10, that probably turns into being a Finley Payne scoring opportunity against Beach District foes, but against the Falcons, they're able to stymie her. But still time to make something happen if you're Finley Payne and Emily Tamero in this FC attack. Right now, Cox going to slow things down a bit, be a little bit more methodical in their approach as they feed it over. That time, though, FC able to jump on them defensively, and it goes out of play. You see these coaches urging their teams on. Beanie Schleicher in the yellow shorts, the black top, and the sunglasses. And for Cox, Coach Taylor Roundtree, who's bent over right now with her shades on, hands on the knees. 2 of the premier coaches in the sport. Obviously, to have the success these 2 programs do, you have to have excellent leadership, and these 2 schools have that at the helm. And Coach Schleicher for FC and Coach Roundtree for the Falcons. Patriots trying to get something working here. They've got some daylight. And it's going to go out of play here as we tick under 13 minutes to go in the second quarter. Let's give you a chance to tell you about, as we've got a corner coming up, AstroTurf. Since 1965, AstroTurf, its brand has been driven by forward-thinking ingenuity. Their playing surfaces have the most realistic sports-specific performance, longest-lasting durability, and sound player protection. AstroTurf continues to improve its system designed to deliver for you. AstroTurf. So here's the first corner of the second period for First Colonial. See if we can get a look on this goal here. If they are able to get one here, a shot will fly up in there and roll out of play to the side of the net. I think that was Tamero involved on that little nifty feed and shot look, as Payne will go race and chase it down. So 3 corners here in this half. FC has come up empty each time. But the Patriots still have pretty good field position to get something going here. It's going to be Riley Brooks Booth. And it's going to take a hop as she found Tamero. And now the Falcons will change possession. Working backwards for a moment. This could turn out to be a real dangerous situation for Cox. You don't want to, sometimes you want to reverse field a little bit, but if FC's able to pounce on that, could give them a real chance to threaten and put one in the net, or at least get a shot off against the goalkeeper for Cox in Abby Spear. Only 1 goal given up all year long for the Falcons. Oh, Riley Brooks Booth thought she had beat the defender, but Cox able to stop her in her tracks for a moment. Feed over from Royal to Brooks Booth. And we see Emily Tamero look to get it inside the circle. Just packed in there, the Falcons defensively. No room to work or operate if you're Finley Payne, but she high-fives her teammates because that's going to be a penalty corner, as Cox was really packed in there deep. Payne did not get discouraged, stuck with it. So we'll see Landry Meyer put this one into play. Couple of shots again denied by Cox as they reverse over. They got it to Tamero, who's one of their key cogs. But again, just not a lot of room to work with. And now the Falcons trying to work along the opposite sideline here, giving FC very little wiggle room. That one bounces away from the intended target of Landry Meyer as the clock ticks under 10 minutes to go in this second quarter. Falcons very deliberate right now, and with that 1-goal lead, not going to try to get over aggressive and allow for FC to capitalize and catch a weak spot. Falcons now. Bailey has it in deep. Nearly got a good look and a shot off as Zella Bailey, just her stick work is top of the line. Able to really move well with the ball. And that was going to be chased down, won by Cox as they get it away from Grace Dixon. Patriots now, Dixon will send a high arcer. And that's corralled and bobbled. And then Cox has it with Spear off that bobble. I think if we had a 40-yard dash, Megan Spear would be one of the candidates to win it. She is just quick in pursuit, time and time again. Able to juke the defender and Claire Hitchings. Gets it inside. Falcons had it. Bailey was the one there. And then loses the handle. I think we're going to have a penalty corner, though. I think she was able to draw that. Zella Bailey did indeed. And that's the first of the second period. It's really hard to handle one-on-one Zella Bailey. So this will be number 3, Megan Spear, putting it in. Bailey has it. From the outside, going to try to get by one defender a second. It's going to get deflected. And that's going to go out as FC avoids a shot on net for that sequence, but Cox still has it for a moment, and now FC will pull it out. And as we have a moment now with the Patriots on the move with Brooks Booth, let's tell you about another one of our sponsors, and that being Chicho's Pizza. It's a beach institution since 1968. Chicho's has been serving the best pie around for more than 50 years now, from the single founding location to now 8 different spots around the Hampton Roads area. Make sure you stop in or order online to find out why they're a Hampton Roads favorite. Chicho'sPizza.com, and Chicho's, more than a pizza. Just under 7 minutes to go in this first half. The Cox Falcons clinging to a 1-goal lead on First Colonial as the Patriots try to get something working on the other side of the 50. They've got it now with Finley Payne, who splits 2 defenders and then loses the handle. Pointing out one of the Falcons. I think she was wanting a call there. Nice long feed, but again, Cox able to jump in front of it. This time with Irma Gray Bailey on the move. Keeping with it. FC swings it back out. It's going to be picked up by Spear, who just shakes a defender again and then turns around the other way. Got to have your head on a swivel with her. Deflects it away from Payne. It's now going to be picked up by the Falcons with number 12, Zella Bailey, who scored that goal and has been scoring goals all season, all career long. FC will send on a... Check, that's not a substitution. It's going to be Julia Stugden, rather, just Dumping it off to a teammate. Ooh, that one goes between the legs. Picked up by Spear. A good battle there. It's going to be won by FC's Brooks Booth, the 9th grader, who's getting some valuable experience. How much is this battle today going to benefit her and her development and career moving forward? Ooh, and taking a tumble. As you see, Bailey just took down Tamaro. Knocked her off her feet. Looked like she did look over and kind of say, my bad, no malintentions, if you will. Just playing hard and aggressive. Like to see that in good sportsmanship. Battle there between 12 and 15, won by Brooks Booth of FC against Emma Schwartz. Future William and Mary pledge. And you wonder just how good is this Cox team. They're doing this today without one of their key ingredients in Elise Unger. Not having her. Feed from Emerson Miller to Emma Schwartz. Schwartz thought she had some room to work with and then paused for a moment. And now Miller has it as they will spread it around. Try to stretch out this FC defense more wide, east-west style than north-south. Going to be picked up again by Megan Spear. It was all over the place, folks. Zella Bailey, love her hustle too. That combination is going to be lethal come playoff time, no question about it. These two seniors wanting to go out with a ring and a four-peat for this Cox Falcons program here in 2021. Could be a chance to win 2 state championships in the same calendar year and 4 for the careers, as that is Emma Gray-Bailey digging it away from a couple of FC Patriots, but there's Grace Dixon able to jump in front as it goes out of play. Just over 3 minutes to go in this second quarter. Our broadcast today presented by Zoop Eatery on beachsportsplex.com. High stick there. Cox swinging it back out the other way, working towards their own goal. Spreading out this FC defense yet again, pacing themselves. Don't forget, at Zoop Eatery, they have all kinds of variety for you to choose from, whether it's the made-to-order sandwiches, fresh salads, soups, customizable and individually packaged meals. It's all built for that perfect box lunch. Go check them out. Everything for the whole crew. It's there at Zoop Eatery. From the far side there, the Patriots are going to get to it with number 8, Emily Tamaro. ODU Monarch. Dumps it over up to Grace Dixon. See if FC can get some kind of give and go action working. Possibly with Dixon, Tamaro, or even Finley Payne, their leading goal scorer on the campaign. It's Katie Royal. Check that. That's Riley Brooks Booth along the sideline. Going to be intercepted by guess who? None other than Megan Spear for Cox. Spear will let her teammate Emerson Miller reset things. Great day for field hockey here in Virginia Beach. As Grace Dixon takes that away from Sophia Birch. 77 degrees on this final Thursday of September 2021. FC thought they had something working, and sliding there in front, it's going to be the goalkeeper, Abby Spear, to limit any real damage from being done. Patriots. Inside. Great look with under 20 seconds to go in this second quarter. Unable to get that goal on the board as FC thought they had it to knot it up at 1 apiece. Some Cox fans were holding their breath there. And it looks like that will do it here for this second quarter as the horn sounds. 1-0. Battle living up to the hype. Falcons got 1 goal on the board from Zella Bailey, the future Ohio State Buckeye, but FC hanging tough. They've had 4 penalty corners total, two in each period. So we've reached intermission, 1-0 between the Falcons and the Patriots. Chapter 1 might see a second chapter come playoff time. You never know. We'll step aside. You'll hear from Zoop Eatery and our other sponsors here from the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach on this gorgeous Thursday late afternoon. Back with more on BeachSportsplex.com.
For more than 23 years, we've made it our mission to lend peace of mind.
Even when times aren't very peaceful.
We know that every borrower is unique.
That's why we put you first in every step of the loan process.
At Atlantic Bay, we are dedicated, now more than ever,
to providing digital tools, resources, and a lending hand.
To help you reach your home dreams.
Because we're here for you.
Whenever,
Wherever,
however.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
What's so extreme about the DQ Reese's Extreme Blizzard? How about all the Reese's you could dream of, with classic creamy Reese's peanut butter cups and crunchy Reese's Pieces? Plus, you guessed it, peanut butter topping and chocolatey topping. All blended in world-famous DQ soft serve for a treat that takes your favorite combo to a whole new level. Wow, what a rush. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Nobody cares for more young knees than CHKD Sports Medicine. Our specialists, surgeons, and physical therapists work together to develop treatment and training programs that get young athletes back up to speed safely with the strength and confidence they need to stay in the game for the long haul. CHKD Sports Medicine. Care today to last a lifetime.
And we're just about set for the third period here from the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach. The Cox Falcons leading the first Colonial Patriots 1-0 thanks to a goal from Zella Bailey, the Ohio State commit, or an assist from Addie Froelich. And third period now underway here. Our broadcast presented by Zoop Eatery. Matt Hatfield, thank you for tuning into our YouTube channel. Tell your friends, your family, your relatives, all your loved ones, and those that you know that are fans of athletics and sports in general. Our YouTube channel, just give it a search at Virginia Beach Sportsplex. First Colonial on the run now with number 10. You know who that is. That is one Finley Payne, who is dynamic. As dynamic a goal scorer as there is, and eventually gets near the net, but nothing doing as far as a shot on the goal. We can also tell you that PA and Ocean Lakes, it's a 2-0 score between them at the half. Unsure at the moment who is leading, although PA is coming off a loss to FC its last time out, while Ocean Lakes was victorious by a mercy rule count of 6 goals against Lancetown on Tuesday in our matchup we had here on beachsportsplex.com from the Regional Training Center. And we're looking at our 5th penalty corner of the contest for First Colonial, their first of this third period, as they've got it down 1-0, and we'll see if they can take advantage of this opportunity now with Landry Meyer putting it into play, the junior. You know she's going to look for Payne and Tamaro. Gets it into number 8. 12 shot is going to be blocked by the goalkeeper, Abby Spear, as it was Tamaro over to Riley Brooks Booth, and nothing doing for FC on that sequence. The Patriots have it right back deep inside the circle of Cox before it eventually skits away. Falcons now looking to get away from a trio of defenders. Emma Schwartz. High arcing pass. Going to be bobbled and controlled. Oh, what a job of concentration from Sophia Birch to advance down the field and not lose the handle on about 3 of those hot potato. Time it's going to be Katie Royal for FC, trying to squeeze it through the Cox defense, but the Falcons able to halt them again. Cox on the move with Schwartz. Long pass. Birch loses the handle. Now FC coming back the other way. Countering here. As Finley Payne gets wrapped up, tangled with Zella Bailey. Not the first time those two have mixed it up. It may not be the last. And for the time being, the Falcons look to keep control. And while we wait here for a moment, I'll tell you about one of our proud sponsors here of field hockey action at the training center, and that's One Life. One Life Fitness. They've got 8 convenient locations across Hampton Road. Start your membership today. Go online to onelifefitness.com and claim a free trial pass. One Life, one inspired life. We're here to help. One Life Fitness. Just under 11 and a half minutes to go in this third period as it rolls away from Danny Volpe. Still Cox in front, 1-0 on First Colonial. Patriots came into this one feeling pretty good about themselves, as they should. 7-1 over PA, but Cox looking for a 6th straight shutout. The only team to score on them was Collegiate, a private school out of Richmond, who they beat 4-1 in their opener. Beyond that, though, they have blanked Norfolk Academy, Ocean Lakes, Trinity Episcopal, Kempsville, and Bayside, trying to get their third of the week against a Virginia Beach foe. As we've got the Falcons working it here on the far side of your screen, near our scoreboard. Patriots stop them. The Falcons able to come back with it. A lot of back and forth play now as the Cox attack in the black unis with the green numerals. Try to spread out the FC defense. Good job of C1 Lithers from Cox. Patiently working away from some FC defenders swarming her. And now FC with Emily Tamero with the long pass over to Riley Brooks-Booth. Second defender comes, and again, just traffic getting in the way of FC every time they have what would ordinarily be a transition run out. And they can't really get their offensive engine started due to the Cox defense constantly knowing angles and where this FC team wants to attack them from. Pass is going to be picked off again. And then rolling out of play, Zella Bailey, though, just covered so much ground. The way that Zella Bailey and Megan Spear cover ground, it is impressive to say the least. Not ordinary kind of stuff that you see out here on the pitch in Virginia Beach. Among the 11 Virginia Beach schools, you're witnessing why Cox is one of the best in the area, the state, and in the country. Annually ranked year after year after year, going back to the days of Nancy Fulks, and now under Coach Taylor Roundtree, trying to make it a four-peat for this Cox program, which has won 22 state titles, a Virginia record, only trailing Severna Park of Maryland's 24 count in all of America when it comes to high school field hockey. Grace Dixon now for FC as they reset things from the 25 and just beyond. Falcons along the sideline able to come up with it, as that was Emerson Miller getting her stick on it. While we have a moment, let's tell you about another one of our proud sponsors here in Virginia Beach. Well, we might hold off on a second here as it's just under 8 minutes to go. And we're going to get our first penalty corner for the Cox Falcons. So let's hold off on that for just a moment here as Cox tries to add to its one-goal lead. Little dump off. Some back and forth. Good give and go work. And another goal is scored as they celebrate the tandem of Emma Schwartz and Quinn Braithwaite teaming up for that goal for the Cox Falcons to make it 2-0. I believe that was Schwartz that had it first, but those two connecting, Braithwaite and Schwartz, on that second goal of the day for the Cox Falcons. Excellent teamwork. You saw the entry A dump off, back to the first one that got it, and then swing it to the other side, and they score that second goal off a penalty corner. They've had 5 today and 2 goals off of penalty corners for the Cox Falcons. Great teamwork and execution. And you see their chemistry shining through there today as they up the lead. That's a big, big goal for them, keeping FC from getting that equalizer to tie things up at some point in the contest at 1 apiece. So FC will need 2 goals in a row here to extend this one beyond regulation or give them a chance to win it, be it in regulation or extra period. Cox has it taken away there. Great job of stepping in front there. Julius Sugden for FC. Patriots Finley Payne. Up ahead, but then it's going to be taken away from the Falcons with Katie Royal of FC. Cox finding ways to get those precious goals here. They haven't been as prolific in terms of their scoring a high number of goals, not having the double-figure goal game yet. They've had a trio of 6-goal games against Ocean Lakes, Kempsville, and Bayside. But they've managed to play very fundamentally sound hockey out here and defensively bottle up a very potent FC attack that came in averaging 11 goals per game. Keeping them off the scoreboard now for nearly 3/4 of play as we go under 5 minutes to go in this third period. Cox has it, and it rolls away from Sophia Birch. As we're approaching the midway point of the field hockey season, and don't forget, for those of you that enjoy some football action, there'll be some Atlantic Shores football on our streaming page coming up on Friday night. Check out the Seahawks under Coach Wayne Lance, unblemished on the year, as well as some Virginia Beach Mustangs Pop Warner football coming up on Saturday here in Virginia Beach, right next door to us at the Sportsplex. So give that a listen. Tell those that may be interested. More field hockey action to come as we turn the calendar from September to October. Hard to believe October gets underway tomorrow here. And FC, every time they get the ball in deep, they're under duress with multiple players. And now the Patriots trying to do that to Cox here as Emily Tamero comes up with it, but not able to get a lot of daylight as the Cox defense is quick in recovery. Both of these teams are known for being able to press, but they're quick enough on each side to break that first line of defense. So we see a substitution now as number 2, Sophia Birch, will check out for Cox, and I believe coming on for the Falcons was number 4, Avery Parker, if I saw that right, the junior. I believe we have confirmed that that was Quinn Braithwaite that scored that goal on the feed from Emma Schwartz. Schwartz, the William & Mary commit. Braithwaite, one of the captains, along with Emma Schwartz, Zella Bailey, and Abby Spear for Cox. JV matchup following this one with the Falcons and the Patriots, as that's going to be Grace Dixon able to control it, get it away from 2 defenders, but then a third defender. Right, that second line is able to step in front. Looks like that was Quinn Braithwaite who scored the goal for Cox doing so. And then FC able to keep number 13, C1 Leathers. from adding to it. So Emmy Schwartz connecting with Quinn Braithwaite for the second goal, and that came after Addie Frolich found Zella Bailey for the first goal for Cox as they get one on the board in the opening frame in the third period to make this 2-0 advantage here. Falcons trying to control that hop there with number 4, Avery Parker. You can see they're a little bit excited there on that, as they will keep it in the attacking third of FC. A couple defenders come for the Patriots, one of which is Landry Meyer. Trying to work it away from Meyer for Cox is number 12, Zella Bailey. And with just under 1:20 to go in this third period, we're going to see another corner come for the Falcons as they huddle up and look to get something working right in front of us with Emmy Schwartz putting it in. Oh, a little hop and jump there from Megan Spear. Thought she was able to put some hot mustard on that, and it sails out. So Cox still stays in front here, 2-0 on FC. Whether your child is competing as part of a football team, a field hockey team, likes to ride a bike, the multidisciplinary team at CHKD Sports Medicine Program is dedicated to the comprehensive treatment of illness and injury in pediatric and college athletes. CHKD Sports Medicine, one of our proud sponsors here of Field Hockey Action. We thank them so much. I'll tell you more about a couple others as we've got another penalty corner here for the Falcons, their third of the contest. It's going to come as the third period wraps up. Final play of this quarter. Bailey has it. Looking to work singularly here against this FC attack. And unable to get a shot off against the Patriots. But we'll see another one come up here as they're up to, by my count, 7 corners for the game. Really threatening the most here as the third period is winding down. Falcons unable to get something working wide there, and that's going to do it for the third quarter of action here at the Plex. So once again, our score, Cox leading FC 2-0 here in Virginia Beach. So we'll take a timeout and give you a chance to hear from some of our sponsors here, including Shine Time, Power Wash, and Paint Professionals, right here from the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach. Don't go anywhere. More to come. Back here at the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach, this matchup of the number 1 and number 2 ranked teams in the area and Hampton Roads by the Virginia Pilot. Cox at number 1, the defending 3-time state champions in Class 5, leading the number 2 ranked First Colonial Patriots 2-0. Both teams coming in unbeaten on the year. We thank you for tuning into our YouTube channel and on beachsportsplex.com. Matt Hatfield here with you, and our contest today presented by Zoop Eatery, also presented by John's Tax Service, providing tax preparation and retirement planning services. John's Tax Service and JPM Financial Services have been serving all of Hampton Roads for more than 20 years. They're simply the best, thanks to you, John's Tax Service. And also by Shine Time Power Wash and Paint Professionals. Shine Time, revitalize your property today. It's your turnkey solution for all power wash and painting projects with years of experience in both large-scale commercial settings and residential. Their focus is to bring new life to your home, building, or outdoor space and ensure 100% customer satisfaction every time. Shine Time Power Wash and Paint. And Cox up 2-0 here as they seek a 6th consecutive shutout this year to move to 7-0 overall. Under Coach Taylor Roundtree, they've won 3 in a row, and you know there's a lot of pressure on them to complete the 4-peat. 4-peats are rare in high school athletics. We've seen the Princess Anne Lady Cavaliers and girls basketball under Darnell Dozier do it. We've seen the Norcom Greyhounds boys basketball team do it under Coach Leon Goolsby. And here more recently, in the sport of football, the Riverheads Gladiators under Coach Robert Casto in Class 1, they've accomplished that feat. In fact, a record 5 in a row for them. But these type of runs are not seen all the time, and we've seen some of those great programs, the Riverheads football, the Princess Anne girls basketball, and certainly the Cox field hockey program, spoken about in a different light here as they're looking for a record 23rd state title in their decorated history. Only one school in the country has more, and in fact, at one time, Cox had the national record for state championships before Severna Park passed it. And we'll just say temporarily, because Cox may pass them, be it temporarily or permanently at some point. But good little tussle here as Cox has been controlling really the field possession here in this latter chunk of the second half that we're in, as FC tries to dig away from trouble with one of its key players, number 8, Emily Tamero, the future ODU Monarch, and then loses the handle. Cox, though, feeding it up the field here, and then it's a real battle between two young ladies. Number 4 for FC battling Claire Hitchings with Emmy Schwartz of Cox there. Schwartz had that assist in the third quarter for the Falcons on that goal that was scored by one Quinn Braithwaite, the freshman. So yeah, a senior scoring a goal for Cox today and a 9th grader in Braithwaite scoring a goal, who's already a captain for this team, which I think speaks to the, at least according to my roster. So if I do make a mistake here, we apologize. I can only go off the information that is supplied to me here, but rather promising if you're Coach Roundtree. The future doesn't look bleak. It looks mighty good for them, as that one will head out of play here with 12 minutes and change to go in this final period of regulation. The FC needing some work to be done here. Fewest penalty corners for them in any of the quarters so far. They had just one in that third quarter after 2 apiece in the first quarter and the second stanza, and coming up empty on all 5 of those chances. But coming in, Finley Payne was such a story, and they've been unable to get her on track. I'd say the closest one to getting a goal would be Riley Brooks Booth today for FC, as she's been in position a couple times for maybe a scoring chance, but this Cox defense has just been really, really good throughout, and can't say enough positive things about them and what they've done to build this 2-0 lead. And certainly we could see these two teams collide again in the postseason, as the Falcons have a hierarchy feed that's going to bounce off an FC player, and then controlled by that FC player. That is number 5, Jolie Day, sophomore. And one of the things Coach Schleicher told us before the season, or really as the season was getting underway, I should say, so many young, fresh faces on this squad, freshmen and sophomores, but she was very excited about their prospects, and you can see why, coming into this game having outscored its opponents by a whopping 44-2 margin. But today, running into a team that's also elite, very much so in the Cox Falcons now, as it's going to be dug out here by Emily Tamero. And Tamero getting it away from Some Falcons that are wanting to pounce. It's going to be Tamero now feeding a teammate along the sideline as the Patriots race up the field here. Looking to create something now, but then again, Cox is able to stop them on the move. A great job to slow up the FC attack. Claire Hitchings now inside the 25, now trying to get it in the circle here and do something. But again, you see a number of black shirts. Those Cox defenders are there to congest things and clog up the area that the Patriots are so good in to get some of these whopping totals against Grafton and Deep Creek this year when they had double-digit goals and a 7-1 win earlier this week against PA. As we're almost halfway through this final period of regulation, which gives us a chance to tell you about Tropical Smoothie Cafe. It's one of our guys, Jimmy's favorites. Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better. They're bursting with fresh flavors. They offer grab-and-go catering and boxed lunches. It's located on Princess Anne Road, right across the street from TCC, that's Tidewater Community College. Go pay them a visit. You won't be disappointed at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. And in fact, I will tell you all about a place that I had dinner from last night, who's one of our sponsors, in just a moment. No, it was not supplied to me free. We did pay, so I don't want people to think, oh, he's just saying it because they like, because, you know, he got free food. No, I love this place. It's a great place near my house in Virginia Beach. And they have excellent Italian food as well as other items to eat. Good salads, too, which is what I had, in fact. All right, Cox Falcons trying to put the finishing touches here on a shutout. Right now up 2-0, but they can't let down their guard because FC is good enough to make them pay if they do so. Double team comes, and then that pass along the sideline is going to be intercepted by the Patriots. Good job there of stepping in front of it by Jolie Day, who's made a name for herself in the second half, really making some good defensive plays and providing some solid hustle. Hasn't been one of their top goal scorers with the likes of, say, a Brooks Booth, a Payne, or Tamero, but again, a 10th grader who's getting valuable experience against one of the best teams in the country and only help her as she improves. Falcons trying to split the double team, and it will roll out a play. That was Quinn Braithwaite, who scored their second goal of the day. If you're just tuning in now or you're checking it out at any point, just remember to tell people that you know, hey, this is available live stream as well as archived on our YouTube channel and on beachsportsplex.com. So you can check it out anytime. If you missed something or you want to go back to it and see a highlight play, such as one of the goals or another sport like football, we've got it up for you there on beachsportsplex.com. And just smash that subscribe button on the YouTube channel to get alerts and updates and notifications when we have more streaming broadcasts coming your way, be it in field hockey or other sports. As there's a takedown and a young lady able to pop back up for Cox, and she's all right with just over 7 minutes to play in this one. Falcons in front with a firm grip, 2-0 here against the Patriots of First Colonial on a really bright sunny day here on this final Thursday of September 2021. Weather has been just absolutely great. Might dip into the upper 50s, low 60s tonight, and may do so for a football weekend with the calendar turning from September to October tomorrow. And almost that. And we've got a yellow card now, as we'll see. I believe that's going to be Bailey taking a seat here for Cox, as Zayla will sit down here. Let's see if FC can take advantage of the superstar standout for Cox being off the field. If you're going to get a goal on, this is the best chance to do so with Zella Bailey out of the game after that yellow card from the official. Let's see if FC can get something brewing here, but to do that, they're going to need to change field position here and get on the other side of the 50 of Cox, and it's going to put more of the onus on the likes of Megan Spear, who we've called out quite a bit, Quinn Braithwaite, Emmy Schwartz to pick up the slack in Bailey's absence here. That one's going to be lost there for a moment by Emmy Schwartz. Gracie Dixon had it. Best believe, though, Bailey will probably be back before this one finishes up here in 5.5 minutes. Just a hunch by me. I don't think she's done for the day. And we're going to see the Cox coaches applaud their team. Coach Roundtree and company love what they're seeing here. Another corner this half. Will be the 5th of the half, first of this 4th quarter. But they're staying very persistent in their attacks. The first Colonial. Ball put into play now. Slice it over to number 5, and then she loses it for a second as they try to feed it to Irma Gray Bailey, and that was Jolie Day blocking her view, as some of these spectators have done from time to time, where I am trying to call the action for you. We say it because we love and we care, not because we're mad. Long feed here as the Falcons try to get some movement up the field. A little sweet move, and then FC with, again, Jolie Day. Sophomores impressed me here in the second half. 2 youngsters. We know about Finley Payne and Emily Tamara being the marquee performers, but Brooks Booth, the freshman, and Jolie Day, the 10th grader, likely in defeat unless FC is to mount a miraculous comeback here in these final few minutes. But I like the future for both of those young ladies as this FC program continues to build under Coach Schleicher. Here's Payne now, trying to inflict some on the Cox Falcons. But they're ready for it again defensively. Excellent job, as I think that is Addie Froelich. Just preventing her from striking before this one finishes up with just a couple minutes left. And I told you, why not Italian? It's a great place to eat at. It's one of my favorites. They're celebrating over 28 years in Hampton Roads, and their commitment to excellent ingredients, traditional recipes, and treating customers like family is what has allowed them to serve delicious food to the community since 1993. Dine with them, or take it out, too, at any of the 7 locations, including the newest Haygood spot there on Independence Boulevard in Virginia Beach. What's for dinner tonight, or in my case, last night? Why not Italian? My guy Jimmy over here says he's got a pizza from Why Not, but he has not treated me for that yet. I guess part of that's because I'm on a diet, but hey, we'll forgive him. We'll forgive him. So there you have it. And we'll tell you about one last sponsor before we finish up here in the last 2 minutes. I want to thank our hard-working crew today, including my man James Timmons, as well as Nick Senti, and Maurice Burnett on camera, Jacob Zidow, doing a terrific job to get us off and running. Chuck Thornton and the crew here providing us with excellent hospitality as we call this field hockey matchup for you. On this final Thursday of September 2021, the First Colonial Patriots need some work to do to keep the Falcons from pitching their 6th straight shutout this year to move to 7-0 overall. FC looking to avoid their first defeat. As you see a battle between the Falcons in white, or check that the Patriots in white and the Falcons in black there, as that is number 15 for Cox, winning that battle for the time being, Emmy Schwartz from Katie Royal. And with just a minute and change to go in this 4th and final quarter, you can get yourself some Italian food from Why Not. And if you're looking for something for dessert, where else can you go but Dairy Queen? Every day is sweet when they're serving you Blizzard treats. M&M's, Reese's, Oreo Fudge Brownie, cookie dough, they're all available. And they thank you for being fans for all these years, and here's to many more. Go pay them a visit. Dairy Queen, Lancetown. It's right down the street from us here at the Regional Training Center. Fan food, not fast food. Dairy Queen. Appreciate them for linking up with us for VHSL Athletics on this sunny Thursday in September. And with under a minute to play now, the Falcons just trying to stall things out here and come out of here with a 2-0 hard-fought shutout of a First Colonial program that they're bound to probably see again in the postseason. It'll be here before you know it in November. Well, the calendar's turning from September to October. It's not too far off in the distance for playoff action for all these fall sports back in their normal time frame in the calendar after having a shortened spring season, a full season, which folks love when it comes to fall athletics with your field hockey, with your football, and in the wintertime, we'll take center stage with sports like basketball and wrestling and so many others before the spring comes with baseball and softball and all those sports. And time's about to expire here with under 10 seconds to go. Falcons just going to milk the clock here. As you see Coach Roundtree barking out some final instructions. The Frank W. Cox Falcons have pitched a 2-0 shutout today of the First Colonial Patriots to move to 7-0 overall in the season. They've now outscored their opponents by a count of 30-1. Zella Bailey with 15 goals this year, one of which came in this contest today. She's got 26 goals dating back to the start of her junior campaign, the Ohio State commit. Bailey got that goal on an assist from Addie Froelich. And in the third quarter, Cox extended its lead from 1-0 to 2-0 with the shutout win thanks to Quinn Braithwaite, her goal on an assist from Emmy Schwartz, the William & Mary commit. First Colonial, no shame in coming up short today. They've got a fine program over there. In fact, they dropped to 4-1 on the year. They had outscored opponents 44-2 before our contest today. So that's going to do it here from the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach. Don't forget, all these games available archived on demand there for you to watch. Tell your friends, your family, and all fans of high school sports, field hockey too. It's a final here. The Cox Falcons victorious over the First Colonial Patriots 2-0. For all of our help from Nick and Chuck and James and Jimmy and Maurice, I'm Matt Hatfield. Thank you for tuning in. And to all of our sponsors, I want to thank them once more before we bid adieu here on this Thursday. AstroTurf, Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group, Vault Athletics and Fitness, Chicho's Pizza, One Life Fitness, CHKD Sports Medicine, John's Tax Service, Shine Time Power Wash and Paint Professionals, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, Dairy Queen, Why Not Italian, and of course our title sponsor, Zoot Eatery. We say good afternoon and good evening from Virginia Beach. Thanks for watching. Good night, everyone.
For more than 23 years, we've made it our mission to lend peace of mind.
Even when times aren't very peaceful.
We know that every borrower is unique.
That's why we put you first in every step of the loan process.
At Atlantic Bay, we are dedicated, now more than ever,
to providing digital tools, resources, and a lending hand.
To help you reach your home dreams.
Because we're here for you.
Whenever,
Wherever,
however.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
What's so extreme about the DQ Reese's Extreme Blizzard? How about all the Reese's you could dream of, with classic creamy Reese's peanut butter cups and crunchy Reese's Pieces? Plus, you guessed it, peanut butter topping and chocolatey topping. All blended in world-famous DQ soft serve, for a treat that takes your favorite combo to a whole new level. Wow, what a rush. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Good.
Wait, where? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. This is the JV matchup between Frank W. Cox High School and First Colonial High School. Before this game, we had the varsity game between Cox and FC, which resulted in a Falcons win 2-0 over the Patriots. We're just getting started here in game 2 of today with the Falcons and the Patriots. The Patriots currently have the ball on the opponent's side of the field. Ball just went out of play off of FC. Just giving Cox the ball. And it's early of Cox as of right now. Currently has hold of possession for Cox. Looking to move them down the field. Weaving her way through the team. Shoots it under the, or between the legs of FC, which goes out of bounds. Behind the goalie. FC now looks to have a circle shot. FC making their way to the other opponent side of the field. Number 8 for FC looks to lose the ball to Cox by their middle infielder. Looking to push the ball down the field. FC regains control. Hits it down to the other side of the field. The Cox goalkeeper stops it. Cox looking to move their way down the field. If you're now just joining us, we'd like to remind you that we are still in the first quarter, and the score is still spotted at 0-0. Number 9 for Cox looks to take it between her opponents. Gets it taken away by FC. Ladies and gentlemen, we would just like to remind you, if you cannot be here in person for today's game or any future game, all VBHS field hockey games this season are being streamed live on the Virginia Beach Sportsplex website. All you have to do is go to beachsportsplex.com, click under streaming, and click on the link below. FC looks to gain the possession back and move it downfield while they have potential. As you can see, FC is dribbling it up. Ball gets put up in the air, which will result in Cox taking over possession. As Cox and FC look to battle on Cox's side of the field, the Virginia Beach Sportsplex would like to thank Zoop Eatery for being the official sponsor of today's game. Cox setting the ball near the half line. Hits it to her teammates off to the right side of the field. And the ball goes out of bounds by Cox and gives the possession back to FC. Hitting it in from the side. FC looks to weave their way around a player and gets stopped by the second opponent. Number 1 for Cox has the ball and is playing it back in to her teammates. Looking to spread out the field here. Looking to make a play to get inside the circle and get a shot off, but unfortunately, with that shot, it goes behind the goalie again, which will become a long shot for First Colonial as they regain possession. During the break, we would like to thank AstroTurf. Since 1965, the AstroTurf brand has been driven by forward-thinking ingenuity Today, AstroTurf continually improves its system designed to deliver playing surfaces with the most realistic, sport-specific performance, longest lasting durability, and sound player perfection. AstroTurf. FC regained possession, as we told you, after the long shot from Cox that went behind the net. Throughout the first quarter, Cox and FC have to remain pretty even when it comes to possession. We still have a score of 0-0 in the first quarter so far. If you're now just joining us, this is the JV game between Frank W. Cox High School and First Colonial High School. We had the varsity game that started earlier today at 4 o'clock. Cox ended up winning 2-0. On the second field here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, and early in today's game, we had Princess Anne go up against Ocean Lakes. The score for that game was 2-0 at halftime. As of right now, we have no answer to what the ending of the game was, but we hope the teams had fun playing today. Look, FC looks to have another circle come into play here. Oh, and she gives it back up to the other team. And the ball goes out of bounds. Shot by FC player number 9, I believe. Look to set up to take another shot at driving down the field for FC. As they set up, player goes around the defender and gets stopped in her way. Ball comes off of the foot of Cox High School, and they start it back at the line. Shoots it down the field, gets stopped by a defender in her way. Cox on a fast break here, shooting it up forward. Oh, so close. Cox almost had a perfect pass there to set up for her teammate. That was right in front of the goalie. Unfortunately, it went out of bounds, which will result in Falcons still having possession right outside of the circle. Shoots the ball back into the circle, and it goes out of play behind the goalie, which will result in a long shot for First Colonial. Just for Virginia Beach Sportsplex, would just like to remind everybody, if you cannot be here in person for future games as well, we will be streaming them right here on the Beach Sportsplex website. All you have to do is click on streaming and click on the link below. Normally, if you tune into the 4 o'clock game on Tuesday and Thursday, you will hear my not co-announcer, but the person normally who does the play-by-play for the Beach Sportsplex, Matthew Hatfield, who called today's game that happened earlier between FC and Cox. Cox took over the ball, which was now stolen by First Colonial, as they look to keep pushing toward the goal. Goes through the legs of a Cox, but eventually goes out of bounds before FC can take a shot, which will result in another long shot for Cox High School. For whatever reason, it looks like First Colonial has now regained possession right outside of the circle. She shoots it into the circle, but it is stopped by a defender and passed right back out. Which then results in the ball going out of play after a scuffle between two players, which will result in a side shoot in for Cox. Cox passes it down the field, Eventually gets shot up in the air by a First Colonial defender. FC at the middle of the field, shoots it toward the circle and gets passed back out by Cox, which is eventually then shot out by a Cox defender. Correction, I thought it went out by a Cox person, but it looks to have gone out by the FC Patriots. The Virginia Beach Sportsplex would also like to thank Vault Athletics and Fitness. The Vault Fitness facility in Hampton Roads' newest 13,000 square feet facility is located in the Hilltop section of Virginia Beach. They specialize in youth athlete development, personal training, small group training, and specialty fitness classes. Check them out at Vault Athletics and Fitness. We are still currently in the first quarter of today's game of the JV Patriots and Falcons, which still has no score to this point. If you are tuning in here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, my name is Jacob Zidow. Would just like to let everybody know I do not know much about field hockey, so if I get a term wrong or if I accidentally say a player's name wrong, I am very sorry. And that looks to be the end of the first quarter here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. Score up to this point, 0 for the First Colonial Patriots and 0 for the Frank W. Cox Falcons. We will be right back here with you for the second quarter of today's game.
For more than 23 years, we've made it our mission to lend peace of mind.
Even when times aren't very peaceful.
We know that every borrower is unique.
That's why we put you first in every step of the loan process.
At Atlantic Bay, we are dedicated, now more than ever,
to providing digital tools, resources, and a lending hand.
To help you reach your home dreams.
Because we're here for you.
Whenever,
Wherever,
however.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. We're about to begin the second quarter of the JV field hockey game between the Falcons of Cox High School and the Patriots of First Colonial High School. My name is Jacob Zidow. If you're not just joining us through the first quarter, we did not have any score, but we did have a lot of long shots after the ball went out of play behind the goalie. Neither team has looked to gain much potential, and the possession for each team looks to be pretty even so far through today's game. Earlier today, we had the varsity game between Cox and FC. Cox ended up winning the game 2-0, Shout out to FC for putting on a very hard game with them today, and we hope to see them back here soon. Both teams. First Colonial has possession at the point. They look to move it up the field and gain some potential. Shift the momentum their way, as the momentum has been pretty even so far. Number 15 for FC looks to pass it off to her teammates down the field, but it is stopped by a Cox defender near the middle of the field. FC regains control of the ball, goes through the legs of one of their players, and eventually goes out of bounds. Fortunate for number 8 on FC, she wasn't able to stop the ball. That is Andrea Palomino Gio, who was almost able to get to it. Number 2 for Cox, about to shoot it in. Unfortunately, I don't have a name for number 2 on Cox, so she will just have to go unnamed at the moment. When I get you that name, I will be sure to remind you of who that is. Ball looks to go out of play again. Near the middle of the field, looks to be shot in by FC. Ball makes it almost to the circle for the Falcons, but is stopped right outside of it, which is then passed to some of her teammates down the field, but eventually stopped by a defender. Since the ball just went out of play, the Virginia Beach Sportsplex would also like to thank Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better. We're bursting with fresh flavors. We offer grab-and-go catering and box lunches. Tropical Smoothie Cafe on Princess Anne Road, or right across the street from TCC. Look to be that Cox has gained a little momentum toward their goal, but FC is still staying strong with their defense and stopping it. Look to pass it back out of their circle. If you're now just joining us, we still have a 0-0 score at the moment between the JV teams of First Colonial and Cox High School. Looks to be that First Colonial has gained a little bit of momentum here, pushing it to the other side of the field. Number 2 calling on her teammate to get down there so she can hopefully pass it in to her so she can score their first goal of the game. Looks to be that a defender has stopped the ball though, and is now shot it back in for Cox, which it looks to be stolen away again by FC, but was called for a penalty and is given back to the Falcons. Ball shot out of play once again. Looks to be FC ball near the middle of the field. Excuse me, near the middle of the field, but on Cox's side of the field. As you can see in the distance, we have the JV game between Ocean Lakes and Princess Anne happening. With 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Today's games are presented by Zoop Eatery. Ball shot down the field, but goes out of bounds, which will result in another shot for FC. Once again, I have never done a broadcast for field hockey or even watched many games, so I am very sorry if I pronounce something wrong or do not have as much knowledge as some of you may that are watching. Luckily though for you, if you joined in at 4 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays, the first game that is streamed on Field 1 at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex is normally commentated by Matthew Hatfield. So be sure to tune in and watch next Tuesdays and Thursdays games here on the Beach Sportsplex website. Both teams so far still look to try to gain some momentum, but have not done so just yet. It's been a very hard-fought game between both teams so far, as the score is still 0-0. Ball went out of play near half of the field, middle of the field. Sorry about that. Looks to be Cox possession. Shot in, stopped by the defender. Very nicely done by number 9 of FC, Daryl Arsenada, maybe? Sorry about that. Cox looks to gain possession though and shoots it down the field, which is unfortunately stopped by FC for Cox. Before Cox can get in there into the circle. Throughout so far, we've had a lot of good battles between the two teams. None so far have gained much momentum. Only had a couple shots from inside the circle so far, not many. Most of the plays have gone either behind the goalie or out of the play near middle of the field. FC looks to spread the field and shoot it down to the left side. Passed up to her teammate, but is then intercepted by number 9 of Cox. Number 10 of Cox right now has possession of the ball, which is then stolen by FC and then taken right back by Cox. FC moving with the ball, has some momentum here, trying to get down to the circle. Hopefully going to get a good shot in. Number 9 passed it perfectly to her teammate right outside of the circle. Looks like we are going to have a circle shot for FC coming up here in just a second. Looks to be that number 15 had the ball for a while right there, but was unfortunately able to get a successful pass to her teammate, which will result in a corner shot for FC. With 4 minutes to go in the second quarter, we still have a 0-0 score here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. And game number 3 between JV First Colonial and JV Cox. Ball shot toward the goalie from FC, but goes out behind the goalie, which looks to give the Falcons possession of the ball again. Comes a circle shot out of the circle for FC, or for Cox. I'm sorry about that. We have some very good battles going on here between these two teams as they look to gain momentum somehow to put one of the first goals up on the board, but it is looking unlikely at the exact moment as FC regains control of the ball and is looking to pass it down the field and get it to her teammate. Number 8 of FC looked to steal that ball from her defender and looked to push it toward the circle, but it is being called a penalty, which will be giving Cox the possession of the ball back. So they have shot it out of the circle and are currently trying to move it downfield, but looks to give possession back to First Colonial. The Virginia Beach Sportsplex would also like to thank Chicho's Pizza, a Beach institution for 1968. Chicho's Pizza has been serving the best pie around for over 50 years. From the single founding location to now 8 locations around the area, stop in or order online to find out why they are the Hampton Roads favorite. Chicho's, more than pizza. Good battle going on right now between the two teams. Cox currently has possession of the ball and is looking to move it down to the other side of the field to get it out of scoring territory for FC. Defenses for both teams have played very strong so far, as we have not seen many good looks from inside the circle for either team. Cox currently having possession of the ball, looking to gain a little bit of momentum and shift it toward their end of the field. Number 18 makes a very good move on her defender, which is then shot toward the goalie, but eventually kicked out by the goalie for FC. The Patriots now have the ball and are looking to move it down the field. Cox just regained control again, which has put them right outside of the circle. Here comes a circle shot for FC. Looks to be like the ball's kicked again, which will result in them shooting in the ball again. And then it looks to be recovered by FC, who now regains control. Now just joining us, both teams have looked to battle hard throughout, but we have not seen any scoring so far. Both defenses have held up very good for both teams, as we have not seen one good shot yet on the goal for either side so far. Both look to gain about the same type of momentum, but that will be the end of our first half here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex between the JV teams of Frank W. Cox High School and the First Colonial Patriots. You can join right back here, and we will start again once the third quarter resumes. This is Jacob Zidow from the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. We hope everybody out there is having a good day, and please enjoy some commercials from our sponsors.
Nobody cares for more young knees than CHKD Sports Medicine. Our specialists, surgeons, and physical therapists work together to develop treatment and training programs that get young athletes back up to speed safely with the strength and confidence they need to stay in the game for the long haul. CHKD Sports Medicine. Care today to last a lifetime.
What's so extreme about the DQ Reese's Extreme Blizzard? How about all the Reese's you could dream of, with classic creamy Reese's peanut butter cups and crunchy Reese's Pieces? Plus, you guessed it, peanut butter topping and chocolatey topping. All blended in world-famous DQ soft serve. for a treat that takes your favorite combo to a whole new level. Wow, what a rush. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. Joining you here today, my name is Jacob Zidow. We are about to begin the third quarter of the JV game between the First Colonial Patriots and the Frank W. Cox Falcons. If you're now just joining us, throughout the first half, both teams looked to battle against each other really hard, but neither seemed to gain any momentum, which resulted in them going into halftime with a 0-0 score. Right before the second half begins, the Virginia Beach Sportsplex would like to thank the following official sponsors: AstroTurf, Atlanta Bay Mortgage, CHKD Sports Medicine, Chicho's Pizza, Dairy Queen, John's Tax Service, One Life Fitness, Shine Time Power Wash and Paint Professionals, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, Vault Athletics, Why Not Italian, and Zoop Eatery. And today's games are sponsored by Zoop Eatery. The Falcons look to have possession of the ball first to begin the third quarter. Look to be moving it down the field very well so far, but eventually stopped by her defender and then taken the other way. If you were not with us earlier today, we had the varsity game between the Falcons and the Patriots, which resulted in the Falcons winning 2-0. Both teams looked to battle throughout and had a very hard-fought game, but the Falcons scored a couple times, one in the second quarter and one in the third, which were the deciding outcomes for them. They look to play next week, I believe, as well, so make sure to tune in then. If you can't be here in person or in the future, well, good news, because all VBHS field hockey games this season are being streamed right here live on the Virginia Beach Sportsplex website. All you have to do is go to beachsportsplex.com under streaming and click on the link below. So tune in to see all the future matches. If you're not familiar with our streaming, we also stream football games for the Virginia Beach Mustangs and others, along with other things. So make sure to check out our YouTube channel and see what we have done and what we have coming up. So far, neither team has gained much momentum, and the possession still looks to be just going back and forth. Both teams competing very hard. Ball goes out by First Colonial and gives the ball back to Cox on First Colonial's side of the field. Cox player weaving her way through some other players, through some defenders, and eventually shoots it out of bounds behind the goalie, which results in a long shot, for First Colonial. FC has looked to move the ball to the other side of the field, but is still looking to get away or find a way into the circle. Ball looks to be stopped outside of the circle though by the Falcons and pushed back over to the side of the field they want the ball on. Virginia Beach Sportsplex would like to thank One Life Fitness. One Life, One Inspired Life. We're here to help. Start your new membership today at any one of their 8 convenient Hampton Roads locations or go online at onelifefitness.com to claim a free trial pass. One Life Fitness. If you come in person to one of our future games, make sure to stop by the speaker on the right side of Field 1 to grab some free coupons that we will be handing out throughout the rest of the regular season for field hockey. Coupons include Tropical Smoothie, Zoop Eatery, and many others. So be sure to come get your coupons today. The ball went out of bounds by Cox. FC looked to gain possession of the ball and have some good momentum going right now as number 15 makes it the way around her defender and passes it up to her teammate, which is right outside the circle, shoots the ball into the circle, but is then shot back out by the Falcons. Looked to be that we almost could have had our first point there. Ball was just now hit out of bounds by Cox, which has given FC the possession back right before the half line or the middle of the field. Once again, if you're now just joining us, I would like to remind everybody that I've never watched field hockey before, so I am very sorry if I pronounce a term wrong or get a player's name wrong. I will try to do my best, and I hope that you can forgive me. FC looked to have a good thing going there for them, but the ball was shot back out by a defender. But luckily they regained possession. But looks to be that Cox has now shot it out of bounds, which went off of FC and was brought back into play by Cox. Ball out of play by FC. Have to believe on this drive, the Falcons will look to spread out the field and find a way to get into the circle, hopefully, and have one of their best shots at the goal, which have not come easy so far today for either side, as it looks to be more of a defensive battle between the two. Right outside the circle right now, Cox looks to have the ball and find a way to shoot it in. And it looks like after a shot toward her teammate, or pass toward her teammate, the ball goes out of bounds by a Falcons player, which will now result in a long shot for First Colonial. As you can see through the glares, we have had a fairly nice day today. No showers, just a couple clouds. Been about 75 to 80 degrees throughout the day. Sun looks to be shining, giving us a glare from the scoreboard as of right now. Cox looks to shift the momentum their way, pass it in, And the ball is kicked back out by the goalie, which results in a shot coming from Cox on the right side of the field down toward the FC goal. FC regained possession and it looks to move it back down toward the other side of the field. They look to have a long shot coming up, which was unfortunately stopped before it made it to the middle of the field. And the same First Colonial player looks to get another attempt at the long shot. So let's see if this one can make it farther. She looks to go in a different direction though. Smart choice. And looks like she will give the ball to her teammate to pass in after it was hit out of bounds by a Cox player. Both teams still looking to gain a little bit of momentum and to spread out the field, as they are both going back and forth so far. Good pass by the Falcons player, which resulted in a good takeaway from the Falcons and was moved down to the right corner of the field. Ball unfortunately went out of play, which will result in a Cox High School pass in from, I believe, number 1. So I would just like to thank everybody for tuning in today's game. And the Virginia Beach Sportsplex would like to thank John's Tax Service, providing tax preparation and retirement planning services. John's Tax Service and JPM Financial Service have been serving all of Hampton Roads for over 20 years. They're the best, and that's thanks to their loyal customers. John's Tax Service. Recap of today's game. On Field 1, before this game, we had the varsity game between the Cox High School Falcons and the First Colonial Patriots. The game resulted in the Falcons beating the Patriots out of a score of 2-0, which the goals came pretty early for the Falcons in that game and looked to held up to give them the victory. On Field 2, we had the Ocean Lakes Dolphins going up against the Princess Anne Cavaliers. At halftime, that score was 2-0. Unfortunately, at the time, we do not have the final results of that score, or do not know who was leading at halftime. If we get that information, we will be sure to update y'all and let you know about the game. As the ball looks to be passed in to the circle by FC, Cox looks to gain possession of the ball and pass it outside the circle and push it to the other side of the field, but gets kicked off a foot of a First Colonial player, number 17, Semaine Capo, and so the Falcons will now have the ball right before the middle of the field. Look to dribble it over across it and pass it to her teammate, but is intercepted by a Patriot player. Patriots now look to gain a little momentum and push it to their side of the field. Look to have the field spread out right here and looking to pass it into her teammate, who makes a move around 2 defenders and looks to have it toward the corner of the other side of the field. First Colonial with possession, passes it in to the circle. Oh, and 2 players go down. Looks to just be a little bit of good competing right there. Nothing too serious. Good sportsmanship going on as both girls get up and look ready to keep going. With a long shot coming up for Cox Falcons, First Colonial stops it and looks to pass it back into their circle, but is intercepted by the Falcons. Penalty called, and which will result in the Falcons trying to move the ball back down the field. Well, this seems as a good time if there was any, to tell you about Dairy Queen. Every day is sweet when they're serving you Blizzard. Like M&M's, cookie dough, Reese's, and Oreo fudge brownie. They thank everybody for being their fans for all these years. And they want to just let you know they're going to be here for many more. Dairy Queen Lansdowne. Fan food, not fast food. Also, just like to let you know that we will be back here streaming next week's games as well. If you cannot be here in person, all VBHS field hockey games this season are being streamed live on the Virginia Beach Sportsplex website. All you have to do is go to beatsportsplex.com under streaming and click on the link below. Today's games are officially sponsored by Zoop Eatery. If you come in person to one of our future games, I'd just like to let you know that we hand out coupons. If you walk in and come to the right side of Field 1, we have coupons for Tropical Smoothie, Zoop Eatery, Mooyah, and many more. So make sure you stop by and say hi. Well, that looks to be the end of the third quarter of today's game between the Patriots of First Colonial High School and the Falcons of Frank W. Cox High School. We'll be right back here with you when the fourth quarter begins.
Nobody cares for more young knees than CHKD Sports Medicine. Our specialists, surgeons, and physical therapists work together to develop treatment and training programs that get young athletes back up to speed safely with the strength and confidence they need to stay in the game for the long haul. CHKD Sports Medicine. Care today to last a lifetime.
What's so extreme about the DQ Reese's Extreme Blizzard? How about all the Reese's you could dream of with classic creamy Reese's peanut butter cups and crunchy Reese's Pieces? Plus, you guessed it, peanut butter topping and chocolatey topping. All blended in world-famous DQ soft serve for a treat that takes your favorite combo to a whole new level. Wow, what a rush. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to begin the fourth quarter of the JV game between the First Colonial Patriots and the Cox Falcons. Here with you, my name is Jacob Zidow. So far today, we have not had a score in today's game, but in the earlier game between the varsity teams of First Colonial and Cox High School, the Cox Falcons looked to take the win against the Patriots at a score of 2-0. So far in this game, though, both teams have had a very hard time finding a way to get down into their opponent's circle, as both defenses have looked very sharp so far through three quarters. Looks to be an even matchup so far. We've had many circle shots and many long shots, but none have resulted in a goal. As the First Colonial player looks to slip to the ground to stop the ball, and Cox looks to push it back up toward to the side of the field, but is stopped in her way by a Patriots defender, and now they look to push it back. Right now is a good time as ever to tell you about Shine Time Power Wash and Paint Professionals. Revitalize your property today. Shine Time is your turnkey solution for all power washing and painting projects. With years of experience in both residential and large-scale commercial settings, our focus is to bring new life to your home, building, or outdoor space and ensure 100% customer satisfaction every time. Shine Time Power Wash and Paint Professionals. Virginia Beach Sportsplex would like to thank Zoop Eatery for being the official sponsor of today's games. If you can't be here in person in future games, make sure to come right back here on the Beach Sportsplex website to see all future VB high school field hockey games streaming live on the Beach Sportsplex website. Just click on streaming and click on the link below. Ball looks to go out of play and is now given to First Colonial for a side shot. Shoots the ball past a couple defenders to her teammate, which then gets the ball to the other side of the field, but then is intercepted by one of her defenders and is pushed out of bounds by a Patriot and now given back to the Falcons. The Virginia Beach Sportsplex would also like to thank Why Not Italian. Celebrating over 28 years in Hampton Roads, our commitment to excellent ingredients, traditional recipes, and treating our customers like family is what has allowed us to serve delicious food to our community since 1993. Dine in with them at any of their 7 locations, including their newest one in Haygood on Independence Boulevard. What's for dinner tonight? Why Not Italian? Also like to give a shout out to Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group. They are lending peace of mind. They are not your typical mortgage company. They understand getting a mortgage can be stressful, but they are there to guide you every step of the way. They're dedicated to providing you an enjoyable journey from start to finish. Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group. Both teams look to be going back and forth so far through the fourth quarter. Ball in the middle of the field right now with possession of Cox. As you can hear right now, we are having a flyover. Thank you to the military, which is very close to our location here in Virginia Beach. Cox is looking to gain a little bit of momentum here near the circle of FC. Right outside the circle right now, passed in, but stopped by a defender. And shot back out by the Patriots. Ooh, somebody went down. That is okay though, because she got right back up. Looks to just be a hard-fought battle between the two teams, which has resulted in no score so far through 3 quarters. If you're now just joining us, we are about halfway through the 4th quarter of today's game. Looks to be a whistle on the field, which will result in a shot coming from outside the circle by the Patriots of First Colonial. Number 11 weaves their way through the 2 players, but is eventually stopped by defenders. And now they look to have the ball even closer to the circle now for the Patriots, as a foul is called on the play by the Falcons. First Colonial looking to spread the field here and find their way into the circle, hoping to get a good shot close to the goal for the first time today, as neither team has looked to have many good shots.
Good job.
We'd just like to remind everybody here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, we are always handing out coupons during the field hockey games on Tuesday and Thursday. So be sure to stop by, say hi, and get your free coupons for Dairy Queen, Mooyah, Tropical Smoothie, and many more. Just like to give a special shout out to Matthew Hatfield, who is normally here and doing the play-by-play for the 4 o'clock game on Tuesday and Thursdays. So be sure to come back on those 2 days and check him out. We'd also like to say thank you to Zook Eatery for being the official sponsor of today's game. At Zook Eatery, you can build the perfect box lunch, a customizable and individually packaged meal at your convenience. Choose from any of our wide variety soups, fresh salads, made-to-order sandwiches, and they are all served with a hunk of bread and dessert. There's something for the whole crew at Zoop Eatery. Make sure to stop in and get some food today. Ball right now is currently on the First Colonial side of the field, with Cox trying to find their way into the circle, but looks to be stopped short by First Colonial. Now dribbled in by a Cox player and shot right back out by a First Colonial player. Oh, so close. That was probably the best chance Cox has had so far today. Getting the ball really close to the net, but unable to capitalize on the opportunity. FC shoots the ball back out, but is stopped by a defender. Looked to be passed back in, but shot right back out by a FC defender once again. Like we've said many times today, both defenses have looked very sharp and are the main reason as to why the score is still 0-0 here in the fourth quarter. FC moving their way down the field, looking to gain some momentum. Getting stopped in her tracks a little bit, but still moving forward is number 11 for FC. Never mind, I'm sorry about that. There's not a number 11. We have a glare on the screen, so I'm not able to see very well whose number there is. But this is also not my first field hockey game, so I am very sorry if I pronounce a term wrong. As of now, the FC looks to have a corner coming up right here right now. Looking to see if they can get the first point on the board for today's game. Shot into her teammate right outside the circle. Trying to get passed over, but right outside the circle so far. FC has the ball. Looking to spread the defense out and pass their way in. Shot off and reflected off a Falcons leg, which will result in the ball possession going to Cox High School. A long shot coming up for the Falcons. Ball shot over to the other side of the field, which looks like it is going to get, who knows, because the glare on the field right now is so bad, not even you can see where that ball went. That is okay though. Hopefully we will get it looking better soon. Here, sorry about that. Sun is just not in the right place right now. Not helping anybody, but that is alright because it is keeping it warm outside. Ball placed into the circle. Goalie lays out to hit it out of bounds for First Colonial, which will keep the score at 0-0. There's believed to be not much time left in this game, which may result in an overtime between the two teams. With us earlier, we had the varsity game between the Cox Falcons and the First Colonial Patriots, which resulted in the Falcons winning 2-0. This looks to be the best opportunity for the Falcons so far in today's game, right outside of the circle. Number 8 looks to dribble it in. A corner coming for Cox. Looking to capitalize on their good field position. Coming up. We are sorry about the glare that you are seeing on the screen. Unfortunately, the sun is just in the wrong place at the wrong time, like always. But there's nothing we can do about that but play on. So that is exactly what we are doing here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. Be a good time to let y'all know about Truckable Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better. They're bursting with fresh flavors. They offer grab-and-go catering and box lunches. Tropical Smoothie Cafe on Partisan Road, right across the street from TCC. Be sure to check them out while you're in the area. Both teams still battling hard throughout the fourth quarter. FC looks to have possession of the ball near the middle of the field. Shoots it all the way in, but eventually rolls out of bounds behind the goalkeeper. I cannot be 100% sure at this time, as the cameraman now has the camera at the ground, but it looks that we are going to overtime here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. This will be the end of the fourth quarter here, and we will see what's going to happen next. As I've told you, I am not very known when it comes to field hockey, so please work with me here as we begin overtime. The captains are looking to meet in the middle of the field right now with the referee. For now, though, please enjoy a commercial by one of our sponsors, and we'll be right back here with you at beatsportsplex.com.
For more than 23 years, we've made it our mission to lend peace of mind.
Even when times aren't very peaceful.
We know that every borrower is unique.
That's why we put you first in every step of the loan process.
At Atlantic Bay, we are dedicated, now more than ever,
to providing digital tools, resources, and a lending hand.
To help you reach your home dreams.
Because we're here for you.
Whenever,
wherever,
however.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Virginia Beach Regional Training Center. Today's games are brought to you by Zoop Eatery. As of right now, we are about to begin overtime between the JV First Colonial Patriots and the JV Frank W. Cox Falcons. We're going into overtime with a score of 0-0. In the fourth quarter, both teams had a corner shot, which resulted in no score, but looked to be both teams' best chance of scoring, as throughout the game we did not have many opportunities for either team. Both defenses looked to uphold very well and have been the main reason why we have overtime. Looks that Cox will have possession first. As you all know, though, that does not last long, as the possession seems to change a lot, as I am learning in my first ever play-by-play game for a field hockey. I'd like to remind everybody that I do not know much about field hockey, so if I get a player's name wrong, or if I get the term wrong, or don't understand what is happening, I am very sorry. The Virginia Beach Sportsplex would also like to remind you that if you cannot be here in person in future games, all VBHS field hockey games this season are being streamed live on the Virginia Beach Sportsplex website. All you have to do is go to beachsportsplex.com, click streaming, and then click on the link below. Today's sponsor, Zoop Eatery. At Zoop Eatery, you can build the perfect box lunch, a customizable and individually packed meal for your convenience. Choose from any of their wide variety of soups, fresh salads, made-to-order sandwiches, they're all served with a hunk of bread and dessert. There's something for the whole crew at Zoop Eatery. First Colonial looks to move the ball into the circle, but is stopped by a Falcons defender who passes it back toward the middle of the field. A good juke by the Falcons player, dribbling it up, has nobody in front of her, looks to get a good shot on here, and shot right outside of the nets. So close, almost ended the overtime thriller between the Patriots and the Falcons, but we look to play on, as the missed goal came from number 3 of Cox. That will be Caroline Quick with the near goal to end the game, but unfortunately did not capitalize. Looks like Cox still has momentum in their favor so far, as they are near the other team's circle. Also like to remind you that if you were not with us for most of this game, before this game we had the Falcons and the Patriots varsity teams face off here at Field 1 at the Virginia Beach Regional Trading Center. The Falcons ended up beating the Patriots at a score of 2-0. If you would like to see either of those teams, they will be back in action in the future here at the Virginia Beach Regional Trading Center, and you can see them right here on the Virginia Beach Sportsplex website. As I said, all you have to do is go to beachsportsplex.com, click on the streaming, and then click on the link below. And if you'd like to check out any of our previous streamings, they can all be found on our website channels or on our YouTube channel, so be sure to check that out as well. While I was telling you about our sponsors, it looks like First Colonial has gained some momentum and moved the ball to their side of the field, or to the other side of the field, and are looking to have their own shot at winning in overtime. So far, both defenses are still holding up fairly well. Number 3 for Cox High School, Caroline Quick, a couple minutes ago, had the best opportunity in the game to score a goal. Fortunately, the ball went out from on the left side of the goal, which resulted in First Colonial gaining possession again, which has led us to this point. First Colonial looks to push the ball back over to the other side of the field once again and move it down toward the circle. First Colonial looks to gain possession here and push it back to the other side of the field. We are in overtime here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. Score is still 0-0. Neither team has gained much potential up to this point, but First Colonial is looking to capitalize right here with the ball on the side of the field in their favor. Looks as if the sun has officially gone away, so there's no more glare on your screen, and the lights are on. Still a very aggressive battle going on between the two teams. The game on Field 2 has officially ended, which was between the JV teams of Princess Anne and Ocean Lakes High School. If we find out what those scores were, we'll be sure to update you, but as of now, we do not know. Ball go out of play once again, and it looks like the Falcons have possession. They bring it into play. The Falcons player goes around her defender and looks to pass it in toward the circle to one of her teammates, but is stopped before by a defender from the Patriots. Near the goal, the Patriots have the ball and are looking to push it out of their own territory. The Virginia Beach Sportsplex would like to thank the following official sponsors: AstroTurf, Land Bay Mortgage, CHKD Sports Medicine, Chicho's Pizza, Dairy Queen, John's Tax Service, One Life Fitness, Shine Time Power Wash and Paint Professionals, Truckful Smoothie Cafe, Vault Athletics, Why Not Italian, and Zoop Eater. This tough battle between both teams looks like it is not going to end anytime soon. But that is okay, because it is making it a very interesting game. And I'm happy to say that we are going to be here for all of it. And even for future games. So if you can't be here in person, make sure to check out the rest of our streamings that happen on Tuesday and Thursday for field hockey right here on the Beach Sportsplex website. And if you want to see any of our previous ones or see what we have upcoming, be sure to check out our YouTube channel. The Patriots look to have control of the ball right now, right outside of the circle. Shoot it into her teammate, but is stopped by a defender on the left side of the circle. Just like to remind everybody that I have never done a play-by-play game for a field hockey game and do not know much about field hockey. So if I get a term wrong, please do not be offended and forgive me. The Falcons look to push the ball toward the other side of the field to get it out of their danger zone. Ball looked to be pushed to the other side of the field, but is now being brought back into play by a Cox defender on the other side, looking to push it back to that side of the field that they gave it to her on. Weaving her way around the defender. FC player number 2 looks to push it out of bounds and stop the momentum going for Cox. For some reason, I still don't have a number 2. That's alright, though. They know who they are, and if we ever get their name, we'll be sure to let you know. For now, though, they will remain anonymous. Cox looks to shoot it in, but it goes out of play behind the goalie again, which will result in a long shot for First Colonial. I did not keep track, but I would have to guess that is near their 10th long shot of the game, which looks to be a really good pass by the First Colonial player, but goes past her teammate and is recovered by the Falcons, who are looking to push it back down the field again. Ball pushed out of play again, or hit out of play by a First Colonial player, which looks to give Cox possession of the ball near the middle of the field. you're now just joining us, this is game number 3 of the day, game number 3 or 4 of the day, between the JV teams of First Colonial High School and Cox High School. We are in overtime right now with a score of 0-0. The players look to be running off the field as of right now. Looks like maybe a timeout or the end of the game, as unfortunately I do not know. I will update y'all when I find out, but for now, please enjoy some commercials. From the official sponsors of Virginia Beach Sportsplex.